Gorga-Giudice, a Real Housewives star, and Joe and Melissa Gorga's rivalry seems less likely to end anytime soon. For more than 10 years, the main story point of Rhobh has been Teresa's conflict with her brother and his wife. A falling out between the siblings was caused by jealousy. Teresa claimed Melissa strained her relationship with her brother and was a gold digger. Teresa's adversary is joining forces with her brother and sister-in-law to launch a new company. Read on for all the juicy details about the Rhobh's many adversaries. Joe and Melissa Gorga begin doing business with Teresa's opponent over the years. The rivalry between the Rhobh cast members intensified, resulting in numerous altercations and charges on the program. When Melissa and Joe failed to show up for Teresa's wedding to Louis Rulas, things reached a breaking point. Teresa has formally broken off her relationship with her brother and his wife at the time of the Rhobh Season 14 premiere. Gorga-Giudice was also embroiled in a bitter conflict with John Fudas and Rachel. Teresa's public accusation of John being a drug dealer sparked the conflict. The two spouses engaged in a verbal sparring match as a result of this incendiary claim. When John claimed that Louis Rulas had hired a private investigator to find out more about his past, the situation became heated. Teresa was retaliated against by Rachel Fudas, who criticized her phony ties with her co-stars. Teresa publicly attacked Rachel and her husband on social media as a result of the turmoil. The Fudas are collaborating with Joe and Melissa Gorga on a new business endeavor, according to Mew.com. The couples are collaborating on Glam Studios, a business that lets entrepreneurs rent studio space to meet with customers. Will Rachel and John Fudas be going back to Rhobh? Teresa asserted that despite the hostility, she wanted to befriend the Fudas and at first had no issues with them. But the damage was done, and in Season 14, Gorga-Giudice and the Fudas rivalry became a major plot point. There might not be a Season 15 of Rhobh at this time. According to reports, the show is on hold as the network decides who will remain and who will leave. According to reports, John Fudas stated that they are unsure if they choose to remain in such a toxic setting, particularly in light of his wife's pregnancy. How do you feel about the Fudas and Gorgas starting a business together? Leave it to the Real Housewives of New Jersey to turn even a business venture into a scandal that could shatter a family for good this time. Fans thought they'd seen it all from Melissa and Joe Gorga. The shouting matches, the insults, the dinner table walkouts, the makeups that never really last. But no one was prepared for this jaw-dropping twist. The Gorgas are teaming up with none other than one of Gorga-Giudice's sworn enemies to launch their latest business venture. And if you know anything about the Gorga-Giudice dynamic, you know this is not just a deal. It's a declaration of war, family, and fractures. For over a decade, viewers have watched the explosive highs and lows of the Gorga-Giudice relationship. From the moment Melissa stepped onto the show in Season 3, the sister-in-law bond between her and Teresa was doomed to drama. Jealousy, betrayal, rumors of cheating, fake family togetherness, you name it, they've thrown it at each other. But at the end of the day, there was always an unspoken line they wouldn't cross. No matter how ugly it got, they were still family. Blood, as they say, is thicker than reality TV feuds. Until now. In a shocking announcement that leaked before an official press release, Melissa and Joe Gorga are reportedly partnering with Kim DePaula, yes, the infamous Kim D, to open a high-end lounge and event space in North Jersey. If that name sounds familiar, it's because Kim D is arguably Teresa's most notorious on-again, off-again nemesis. Fans will never forget Kim D's role in some of the show's most scandalous storylines. The infamous Strippergate drama that painted Melissa as an exotic dancer, which she has always denied, and the constant whisper campaigns Kim D ran against Teresa's then-husband, Gorga-Giudice. For years, Teresa has made it crystal clear, Aligning with Kim D means you're no friend of hers. And now her own brother and sister-in-law are going into business with the woman she once accused of destroying families for sport. The new venture that's shaking Jersey. According to insiders, the new lounge, tentatively called Gorga-Co, promises to be a modern, luxurious hotspot catering to the North Jersey elite. Picture velvet booths, curated cocktails, and a private VIP section for influencers, local celebrities, and maybe even a few housewives who dare to cross Teresa's wrath. Kim D, who owns Posh Boutique and still runs in the fringes of RHONG circles, is rumored to be the silent partner providing industry connections and funding. Joe Gorga, never shy about his entrepreneurial spirit or his need to flaunt it, is overseeing renovations. Melissa, meanwhile, is already brainstorming signature drinks and a line of custom-branded merch, because if there's one thing Melissa Gorga knows how to do, it's slap her name on something shiny. When pressed for comment, Melissa tried to spin the news as harmless. It's business, not personal. Kim D has experience in this industry, and we have big dreams for this place. At the end of the day, I'm doing what's right for my family, Joe, and our kids. But according to sources close to Teresa, she's anything but convinced. Teresa sees red. It didn't take long for word of the partnership to reach Teresa, who's been enjoying her newlywed bliss with husband Luis Ruelas, and was apparently blindsided by the news. She found out through a mutual friend, one insider spilled. Teresa feels like it's the ultimate betrayal. She's furious that they didn't even tell her to her face. To say Teresa and Kim D are oil and water is an understatement. Kim D has spent years fueling rumors about Teresa's legal troubles, her marriage, and even her parenting. The thought of her own brother and sister-in-law whining and dining alongside Kim D is enough to make the table-flipping OGC red, and fans are already bracing for an epic showdown. One source close to production says Teresa has vowed never to set foot in the lounge. She's telling friends she wants nothing to do with it, and nothing to do with them, the source said. She feels like Joe and Melissa are humiliating her on purpose. Old wounds, new battle lines. For fans, this is just another twist in the ever-winding saga of the Gorga-Giudice feud. Many believe the family's recent reconciliations were paper-thin, with simmering resentment just waiting to erupt. After all, the last RHONG reunion saw Joe Gorga and Teresa nearly come to blows backstage. They didn't even attend her lavish wedding in Italy, a decision that left Teresa devastated and livid. Now, this new venture threatens to make that fracture permanent. What hurts Teresa most is that they didn't need to involve Kim D, says another insider. There are a million investors out there, but they chose her, the one person they knew would push Teresa's buttons. She thinks they're trying to publicly humiliate her. On social media, fans are torn. Some say the Gorgas are finally free of Teresa's controlling influence and should be able to do business with whomever they want. Others see it as the ultimate betrayal, a move so shady it could make this family feud unrecoverable. Cameras rolling. Bravo, of course, is eating this up. Rumor has it cameras were rolling when Teresa found out, and producers are already crafting the next season's narrative around this new bombshell betrayal. Expect wine glasses to fly, insults to be hurled, and plenty of dramatic sit-downs in dimly lit restaurants as the family tries, and likely fails, to find common ground. Meanwhile, Kim D has wasted no time stirring the pot. In a recent podcast interview, she cryptically teased, "Let's just say some people can't handle the truth, and I've got plenty of it." The Gorgas know loyalty, unlike some people. Fans are bracing for more skeletons to tumble out of the Jersey closet. Is this the end? With Teresa now focused on her new marriage and blended family, some hope she'll walk away from the toxic dynamic for good. But if RHONG has taught us anything, it's that this family never stays down for long. Betrayals turn into apologies, tears turn into toasts, and no matter how deep the wounds, cameras will be there to catch every moment. One thing's for sure, with the Gorgas and Kim D joining forces, Jersey just got a whole lot messier. And for fans who've been craving old-school table-flipping drama, this new business venture might be the final push that turns the Gorga-Giudice feud from bad blood into all-out war. So grab your wine, flip your table, and brace yourself. Because in the Garden State, family is everything, until business and betrayal tear it all apart. Sound off in the comments.